it's Ashley. So today we're going to be talking about my 4 Halloween recommendations to watch this year in 2016. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So the movies that I'll be suggesting here today are movies that aren't really the norm, like Halloween, Scream, or things like that, because those are just standard and you should be watching them every Halloween. These are the ones that might not be on your radar, but I'm recommending them because I saw them and I really enjoyed them. So movie number 1 is Babadook, and that one is one that I actually caught on Netflix, and it should actually still be there. This is one of those Netflix finds that you don't really expect to be good, and then they completely blow your mind. So the Babadook is about this little boy who finds a storybook basically, and his mom reads it to him, and there's a monster in the book called the Babadook, and the little boy starts seeing the Babadook at home, and of course mommy never believes the little kid, but this movie is about how that goes when she begins to realize that maybe the Babadook is real. This movie was so unique because it was scary and it was creepy, but it wasn't like overproduced or big budget film or anything like that. It was just so weird and disturbing, and it was different because it actually uses a mix of jump scares, but also it uses a lot of sounds and differences in volumes and different kinds of noises and sounds to make you scared and tense. And I think there's a lot of tension throughout the movie, and that's really what makes it a good Halloween movie. There's also a deeper meaning that I think runs throughout the movie about mental health issues, and that might be me reading a lot into it, but I've actually seen other articles online that can confirm they feel the same way. And I don't want to give away too much, but I will say that if you watch the movie with in mind of a psychologist or someone who's interested in how people think and mental health issues, this movie might have a double meaning for you, and I thought that was really enjoyable and really well written. So my second Halloween suggestion for this year, 2016, is The Visit. And this movie is by M. Night Shyamalan, who's had some hits and misses within his career. But I'm a big fan of him. I love The Sixth Sense, I love The Visit. I like almost everything that he's done, including Wayward Pines, which is a show, but again, really cool. So this movie, The Visit, is about 2 kids, a brother and a sister, who go to visit their grandparents, and creepy things start happening and the grandparents start acting really weird. It is a found footage film, but it's not like Paranormal Activity where you're kind of just watching a stationary surveillance camera the whole time. They did the found footage thing really in a smart way without making you too bored with a stationary camera. The reason I like this movie so much is because it does have that comedy vibe mixed in with the thriller suspense, and that's different, and I like the ones that mesh those 2 genres together because it is really entertaining and it is different from that straight up horror thriller that you usually get during the Halloween season. So this is a good movie to watch with your friends. The little boy in the movie is so funny and he was so good in the movie, and it really made the movie enjoyable. Not to mention, there were some parts that really creeped me out, and I was honestly freaked out when I came home from the theater that day, I remember. My third Halloween suggestion for this year is 10 Cloverfield Lane. So this movie is an older one, not that old, but it's just not new. And it's with John Goodman and that girl from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, I forgot her name. But she's in it too, and there's another guy, I don't know if he's famous, I don't personally know him. I don't really know how to describe what the movie's about without giving it away, and honestly, I watched it without knowing anything about the movie, which I think is the best way to watch it, because then you'll feel just like the characters who don't really know what's going on either until the very end. But what I will say is it's about these 3 people who are inside a bunker who are trying to stay safe from something that is happening outside above them. What I think makes this movie really great for Halloween is that it builds on tension. It's not a thriller or a supernatural film or anything like that, but it does build on tension, and these 3 actors, they just carry the movie so well. John Goodman was really great, and I was so freaked out by his character. I would not want to be in a bunker with him, and that's what made me like the movie a lot, because you just feel sort of trapped and claustrophobic while you're watching the movie, and you feel like John Goodman is like watching over your shoulder. My 4th Halloween suggestion for this year is Hush. Okay, Hush is a movie on Netflix that I have literally recommended to at least 3 of my friends since I watched it. It was so refreshing to see somebody who is not a damsel in distress like in a thriller. Because how many times we watch these scary movies and you're like, run, go, or close the door, or why are you going up there if you know he's up there? Like, that's me when I'm watching a horror movie. So what this movie is about a woman who lives in the woods, basically by herself, kind of secluded, and she's deaf. So she can't obviously hear anybody, but there's an intruder that is trying to break into her home. So the movie is obviously about how she tries to keep herself safe in that situation. Because she's deaf, I think it's so interesting. There's not that much dialogue. So I actually looked it up, and there was only 15 minutes of dialogue in the movie and 70 minutes of just silence and sounds of what's going on in the movie, in the house at that time. And that's crazy because you would think you would be bored while watching that, but I didn't even notice there wasn't that much dialogue because it was just so entertaining. So she was really badass, and I appreciated that because we need more badass women characters in these movies besides the little damsel in distress that cries in the corner and trips when the guy is right behind her. That was my top 4 movies to watch this Halloween season in 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did, or subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Also, you can always leave comments below. In the description box, I linked all of the movies that I talked about in this video, so please be sure to check those out if you're interested in them. Some of them are on Netflix, by the way. I really had a good time making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Until next time, bye! Okay. So that was my best. So please leave a like.
You got this, right?
Finally.